So the Foghound job. Um, just giving some context for Rob, who wasn't here last game. Um, they returned uh, Mr. Pritchard to the the Wobeggong boys returned the guy that you guys captured, Mr. Pritchard, to the Hive, and the Hive sent a barrister to to
Pritchard is the guy who agreed to go on our side, or who's he again?
When we knocked the barge over down in the hold where everybody was being held, there was a guy locked in there and said, "Look, I'm with the Hive. Let me out."
Right. Okay.
And I put medicals on him. We brought him out. We left him in our hideaway for a while, and then somebody eventually came for him. That somebody did knock, and that was poorly done. And
right.
Charming had a bit of an issue, but you don't know about that. So.
Yeah. Yeah, but we can. It doesn't. He can have heard about it.
Right. Charming stole the dude's watch.
Yeah, Charming stole the lawyer's watch, intimidated him into giving it to him, and the Hive gave you guys offered a job, which is to steal a medium steamship from a group of smugglers called the Foghounds.
Cool.
And that is the job. I think something that happens a lot when you work with scoundrels is they don't show up. And on the day of the job, Scannon, or otherwise known as the Crow, and Maud are totally missing in action. And there was a time element to this. So it's a problem.
Right.
But the show must go on. And by the show must go on, I mean the game must go on. Because I'd rather play than not play. So let's just say that this is just something that when you work in the criminal element happens.
I mean, everyone's got a vice, so.
Right. Absolutely. And
I came back from indulging mine.
Yep.
Right. Welcome back.
Yeah, you're welcome. How'd everything go?
It is what it is, and now we've got a job. And everyone will be here in just a moment. No one's going to be here. Fuck.
What's the job?
We've got to take a boat.
Cool. We're not keeping it?
Well, we takes the boat, we bring it to the other guy, we takes the money, we go back home.
All right.
Now, that would be a bit easier if all the intel that Scannon and Maud were supposed to get for us was here, but it's not. So, any ideas?
We got nothing, and we have to go now?
Well, I'm sure we've got more than nothing.
What do we got? And how much time do we have?
Well, it's not as though I've been doing nothing for the last couple of weeks. It's not like I disappeared on a bender for a bit, It's I've been working.
Do you guys want to just make an information roll? See what you know about the Foghounds? Cool.
Yeah. How does that work? Let me see if it's something book here. I remember there are rules, but not what they are.
I'm guessing that we were given information as to where we could take this ship. So what I would be doing, where I'd be most helpful, would be to take the boat up and down the route and survey the area for the best possible ambush points and getaway areas.
Mm-hmm.
If you would like me to make a survey roll, I'd be happy to do so.
We can flashback to that, actually.
Okay.
So
I have an idea for how I would gather information, which would be to see if Brill, my drug dealer, who I would imagine is going to be like, no, not again, because I've been bothering him lately, to see if he knows anything about the boat or the gang.
got it. Got it.
And I'm min-maxing here because I'm going to hit my heritage because he's Scovelander and my vice in a scene.
Right. 1 second.
And if I just lie to him, that's 3 XP in one scene.
1 second. Just futzing with some stuff. Cool. Yeah. So I'm looking at make a roll. I mean, let's make a roll on this, Rob.
Yeah, how does that work?
When you want to know something specific about a fictional world, your character can gather information. The GM asks you how your character gathers the info. If it's common knowledge, they'll answer the question. Each attempt to gather information takes time. Blah blah blah. Yeah, it's kind of a low risk roll. The worst that can happen is you get limited information or incomplete information. What were you asking Brill?
I was asking Brill if he, what he knew about the gang or the ship.
Yeah.
Maybe I won't mention the ship because that'll be a line back to exactly what happened. It's bad enough asking about the gang.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll just ask about the gang, what he knows about them. In particular, obviously, if he deals to any of them, because that's where he would know about.
Yeah. What time of day or night do you approach Brill? Do you like get him when things are a little busy? Do you come to him at the end of the night when he's counting money? Like when do you go to him?
I go to him in the morning because people tend to have their faculties more in order and be less. What's the word I'm looking for? Bitchy, basically, cool. Than when they're depleted by the end of the day.
Cool. He is smoking some kind of weed designed to just chill people out, and he's smoking it out of a pipe, and he's basically like got his money in piles on the table, and you're a long time customer and friend. So or are you a rival?
No, I hector him like when I don't have the money, I like get pushy with him and
nice.
Yeah, he's my negative relationship, and I have just been dealing with him a lot.
Cool. Yeah, so it's the morning, and actually it's bad timing, right? Because this is like he works all night and then he tends to sleep most of the day. So
okay.
Like you came to him in the morning, and I'm not trying to be a dick about it, so let me know if I am.
Well, would I know that? Because I was strategically planning for the best time of day to talk to him.
Okay, got it. Then it would be like if you were looking for his morning time, it would be like 1 p.m. when
cool.
he,
That's what I'll do.
Awesome. Yeah, he's just setting stuff up and getting his hawkers out there, and he sees you and just rolls his eyes. Look who it is. How can you even afford to come back?
No, I'm good. I worked out some shit. I'm ready to move on. Actually, if you want, I thought I'd bring you a gift since I've been up your ass lately and out of control. Would she say that? Yeah, you know what? She's honest to him in a way that she vulnerable to him in a way she wouldn't be. Cool. So she says she's been out of control because he knows it, and I hand him some of my. I'm gonna hand him my trance powder, which I'll tick off my sheet. As like I could imagine that would be used recreationally and like as sort of a gift for the start of a meeting,
He takes it, kind of sticks it into his hat. Tell me his name again.
Brill. Bryl, a drug dealer. He's my negative relationship friend. And so I'll switch to Skovelander and kind of what is he like? Where is he sitting? Where do I find him?
You find him sitting on some steps
Okay,
into an abandoned building.
cool. Like a warehouse type thing.
Uh, it's a warehouse that was converted into living space, but now that didn't work, and it's just
Right.
abandoned.
So like as I'm sitting down, I kind of like look behind me and like look through the slats or whatever to see if anyone might be looking. And then I sit down and I start speaking in Skovelander, um, just to lessen the likelihood that anyone will hear, and say, so I do want to know if I could to get your help with something.
Yeah.
Um, I'm wondering if you know anything about the fog. What are they called again?
Foghounds.
Foghounds. The Foghounds. Their gang. If you deal to anyone with them, or just know any scuttlebutt about them, anything that could be useful in the way of like just their habits and their interests and you know, vulnerabilities.
Yeah. So I don't know if he knows. I'm gonna just roll a fortune roll real fast and see what he knows.
Should I do that, or is that something? Because I see a roll fortune button here. That's the only reason I asked.
I'll do it. I'm happy to do it.
Yep, cool. I discovered these roll buttons, and I'm so excited to use them.
Freaking awesome.
Yeah, they're really cool. This one. Where did it pop up?
Pops up on the chat screen. It's a
Okay,
4.
really?
Yeah. No, on the chat screen for roll 20.
Got it. How do I get that?
Go to roll 20
Yep,
and hit the chat button. Yeah.
Yep. I just would have wanted that on the. I see how I do that. Okay.
You gotta share screen, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. And that's bad. Hold on. I'm effing everything up. There we go. Sorry. Technical difficulties. First time playing with this toy. Cool. Yeah, he says, yeah. Goldie, their navigator, he comes by here every once in a while. He gets some snuff.
All right, cool. What's he like?
He's a cocky bastard.
Yeah.
You know.
Like what about what? What's he proud of, or
thinks he's smarter than everybody.
Mm-hmm.
That type.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I don't know anyone like that. Yeah. All right.
I don't know what they're. I mean, they're kind of badasses. They've been out in the void sea. You know. People who have been there. They're different. They've faced.
So they're really certain of themselves, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, they've faced the chthonic beasts out in the void. You know, they don't. I mean, they're not Leviathan hunters or nothing, but they've been out there amongst them.
Are they careful? Or are they, because they're certain, they're precise, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd say they are precise. That's a good word for it.
Fuck.
I mean, they've been working together for years, going out in the sea.
Yeah. Where do they party when they're on land?
When they party, mostly in Crow's Foot and Lampblack territory.
All right. How are we with the Lampblacks, Jed?
You guys are 0 with the Lampblacks, but you are. So here's the thing about that: the Lampblacks and the Red Sashes are just about to go to war.
And we're almost at war with the Red
Real fucking close.
And you're really close to having trouble with the with red sashes. Like you're real close to being at war with them.
Cool. Well, and what kind of an area is Crow's Foot? Like, what is it? Rich, poor?
So we take a look at Roll20. There's a map, and the darker the areas, the less well-to-do they are. So, Lampbox are in Coleridge, I think it is.
Crow's Foot.
I thought the Lampblacks were in
Crow's Foot. Okay,
yeah.
That's right next to the docks.
Yeah, Crow's Foot is
Not the most well-to-do place.
Yeah, it's definitely not.
And the place they go to, is it upscale or?
They tend to they go back and Brill is talking to you and he goes, they tend to like pre-party down here with me by the docks, and then they head over to Crow's Foot. They do some diving, but they're kind of medium scale.
All right, cool. Well, how about I come by and start off the party? I'm your buddy. I'm hanging out with you to party, and then to see if they want to take a fun girl around.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Now we're making a roll.
Cool.
He's like,
might it be consort?
Yeah.
Because I mean, that's where I'm partying with them to learn things.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say this is risky because you're fucking with his client base.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna say, as of now, the effect is low, but you can change that by your actions and how you position yourself.
Okay. So, do I have like money right now?
You do have some money because the crew went up in the crew earned some experience. So you did get some. Hold on, let me look that up. Yeah,
some coin in your stash.
You got some stash.
So go to your character sheet.
Yep, I'm there.
So where it says, X some things out. So under armor, there is a little thing there that says coin and stash. Yep. Yeah, put one in your coin. Put one. Yeah.
Wait, how much coin?
One.
No, I think you get. Hold on. Each PC gets stash equal to crew tier +2 to represent profits generated by the crew they've been operating. So you get 2 stash, which is actually, if you cash it out, 1 coin.
Yeah, 1 coin.
Yeah. Jay is right.
All right, cool. I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna spend the coin on the party. I'm gonna go in my rich girl costume, fine clothes and jewelry, with a disguise kit as well.
So hold on. We're not.
Oh,
there
sorry.
Yet. You've got to like convince him to like vouch for you.
Oh, okay, got it. All right, so that's what that is. So does my
if he was a friendly person, I would say
got
there's
it.
no role necessary. But you know what I mean?
So since I gave him drugs to start off with, does that help my positioning? Because that was like why I did it, and the time of day I picked. Both of those were sort of in consideration of my position, literally, the stat thing.
Not like it's not so much the.
I'm trying to make him agreeable.
Right.
And so like I picked a time of day and brought him some shit to make him feel agreeable.
Got it. Okay, I see that. All right, I'll give you standard effect.
Okay. Great. So how do I roll here? Wait, do I got to build my dice pool first, right?
Yeah, go to your actions.
So it's like sway 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's automatically going to take the amount of dots you have in as dice.
So I take 2 dice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as soon as you click on sway, it adds 2 dice.
Oh, I see. Click on sway.
Yep.
And it's risky.
Yep. You just follow the path after that. It's really cool.
And cool. And so, all right. An effect you said would be standard?
Yeah.
Okay. Bonus dice?
That would be if Jay helped you, which he's not, or if you want to take a devil's bargain.
I'll take a devil's bargain with this guy.
Cool. What
So
would
is
he?
that one
What?
die?
Yeah, it's gonna be one die. What would he know you're good at, Rob? What would he know about Willoughby?
He'd know that I'm really good at convincing people of things because I do it constantly with him. He'd know that like I have connections and I can like be vindictive and I can get. He'd also probably know that he'd know that I can like get in places and sneak around because I'm sure that I've like shown up by his bedside when I needed shit, you know.
Awesome. So I want. He wants you to. He wants you to go to the bill hooks and get them off his back because they've been leaning on him.
Okay. And wait, what's our relationship with the bill hooks?
We're pretty. They like us.
Yeah. You've got a good relationship with them, but they're psychopaths.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I just murdered a bunch of people that I'm still dealing with, so like I can brag about that. That'll be fun. Yeah, I could do that for you. I'm good. I'm in good with them. Yeah.
Cool.
All right. So now I hit roll, or did it already go?
It did. You rolled a four.
Great.
So with a risky action roll, a 4 is you do it, but there's a consequence. You suffer harm, a complication. You have reduced effect. You end up in a desperate position. So I'm going to start.
I could see a desperate position pretty easily because I'm partying with them and I'm not like the biggest badass in the world.
Cool. Awesome. So I think like when you make your move on them, whatever it is next, it's going to be desperate.
Okay. So do we do the scene now? Do we cut to Jay or?
Jay's already busy doing all his downtime stuff, so keep on going.
Yeah. Keep on going. Let's keep on going with Willoughby. It's
Cool.
It's 8 hours later, and
so I'm dressed up in my fine clothes and jewelry to look like a lady who's slumming it. And I've got I used my design kit, my disguise kit, just so that like I can look like, you know,
cool.
Someone different. And I've got my sword kit.
Yeah. And Brill like gets by on setting up his apartment as kind of like it's a party.
Mm-hmm.
And the place is rocking. There's somebody playing a fiddle in his kitchen, and
Nice.
and people are milling about and talking about the fact that the Lampblacks and the Red Sashes are at war and what the fuck does that mean, and who's gonna make the first move, and the Foghounds walk in, and he told you what to look for, so you know who they are.
I like to be hanging with him because he said he meets with them, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be like by his side, this fun time girl,
yeah,
who's slumming it.
He does the finger by the nose when they walk in, and
when he does it, I go ah, ha, ha.
Right. And it is one like slim woman. Well, the first one to walk in is Goldie. He's a skinny sailor. He's got a nice jacket, but the sleeves are torn off. That's like his go out dress up. He's dressed up, and he's got tattoos from his time in the Navy when it's just like the tattoos are just different icons to show and they're really cruddy. They're like uh, a pin and some black ink out at sea. They're just icons showing like what ports he's been to and that kind of thing. Some ex-wives, and when he smiles when he sees Brill, and his whole face is gold toothed.
Gold toothed?
Yeah.
Like he's got all gold teeth?
Yeah.
I gotta
Um,
hear Chris.
behind him is Bear, uh, and she's a woman, muscular, built like a barrel, and she kind of shoves Goldie in. Like Goldie's telling some kind of bawdy story, and he's like delivering the punchline as he walks in, and he says something like, "And then I told her that's not an anchor on your leg," and she's like, "It's funny, Goldie, get your shit. We got to get let's get a move on," and and standing behind them, kind of like almost sulkily, is their captain, whose name is Margaret Vale.
What's
And
she?
and she just kind of she's slight, um, black hair pulled back into a ponytail. Uh, she has a pistol that you notice is on the cross draw, so she has to reach across for it unless she's a lefty. But it's set up for the cross draw. And then on her right hip is a dagger.
Cool.
And Goldie comes up to Brill and is like, "Brill, my man, your place is hopping tonight." And he goes, "War is afoot, my friend. We all might be dead tomorrow. Let's just party it down. You need your normal? Have you met my good friend?"
So I've got this crescent moon to my cane.
Yeah.
That's like a handle. And I'm just kind of like, I've got my chin on it, and I said, "Oh my, Brill, you must tell me who your friends are, especially this man with the brilliant smile." And I like give this like goofy, like I'm already drunk kind of giggle and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, Goldie sits on your lap, and and Bear rolls her eyes because she's like, "Oh, we're gonna be here a while." And
I'm like, "Oh my."
and Margaret just kind of sits back and like watches kind of she's just like watching the joint. She seems to be like tapping her foot a little bit to the fiddle that's playing from the fiddle music that's playing from the kitchen. She's not like without joy, but she's definitely a little cold. And he says,
Seems like the party hasn't started for all of you. Sorry, go ahead.
"Don't mind her, love. Keep your eye on the golden smile. Now, where were we?"
I'm afraid this is a bit forward for a lady of my station, but I like your boldness, and I kind of like gently. Well, you know what? I'm going to pretend like I need him to get off me. I'm not going to like push it, so I'm going to be like, try and use my dignity to get him off me.
Yeah, okay. He gets off. He says, "Sorry, love."
It's all right. I like the enthusiasm, and as I said, the boldness. It's why I come to these kinds of places.
Cool. Now, Rob, did you want to make a roll to kind of like get in with them for the night?
Yeah, I figured a consort role. I'm gonna offer to like buy them a round of drinks or like a round of whatever they like, and kind of. Or is it sway to get in with them and then consort later to?
I don't know. Let's look at actions.
Because I could see that, right? Like I want to learn information from them via the consort, but to get into the consort, I might have to do a sway. I could see
No,
that.
I think it's more interesting if you're in. You're in. Let's just see what you manage to learn. So,
Cool.
like, roll the consort, right?
Yeah. All right. So some details on this that I'm trying to get some advantage out of.
Yeah.
I'm spending my one coin as we party
Okay.
on them.
Oh, holy shit. Okay.
It's a lot of booze.
It's a slow ride too. Like at first, I'm playing off my like fame and stuff, or like my supposed fame.
Yeah.
But as the night goes on, as I lose more of myself, I start to get more and more like generous or whatever, and try to get them as fucked up as possible. And what was the other fucking thing I wanted to do? The coin. I don't remember. Oh well.
All right, let me see what you can use coin for, because I think. Hold on. Spend 1 coin, additional activity and downtime, increase the result level of a downtime activity, improve lifestyle circumstances.
It's a downtime activity, right?
It kind of is, it kind of isn't.
Oh no, we're getting set up for the job. Right.
Yeah. But I'm going to say that the way you used it does increase your effect. So your effect, you're rolling a desperate roll with great effect.
Okay. Great.
Yeah, roll that stuff.
And can I add? Well, that's the next. So I'll take some stress. Do I need to take stress now to add a die, or can I do it after the roll?
You take it now.
Okay, I'll do it now.
It's pushing yourself. It takes 2 stress.
6.
Nice. Nice.
And so I'll put it in the chat, but the name I'm using is Dame. Jay, what's your character's last name?
It's Thaddeus Thimbleford. Thimbleford.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. Dame Jane Waterdale.
Cool. And yeah, yeah, you get your measure of these motherfuckers. They're really worried about something, and they spent the whole night kind of watching this one dude who, like, from a distance, they were kind of like, you realize that they're stalking someone.
Mm-hmm.
And they're stalking this young woman named Hicks Comber.
For dog meat, man. Hicks, aliens, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The way my brain works.
Yep. And Hicks Comber is a journalist, and they're trying to figure out if they can trust her with something that they've got. You can tell that they've been dealing with someone, or they've smuggled in something that they're really worried about, and they want to get it in the news, or in the Gazette at dusk, which is like the big newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
But they're just not sure they can trust her.
And
is there anything else you wanted to know? Like, is that a reasonable?
Yeah, I mean, that seems like a reasonable outcome. I'm wondering. Okay. I've got further questions though. I don't know how far I can go with that, or if it's additional roles or what.
Right. What you get from the group dynamics is that Goldie is like patient and calculating, and mm-hmm. And Margaret is absolutely fucking fearless, but Bear is brash. So Bear wants to go right up to Comber and be like, "Listen, I've got a story," but like they're kind of Goldie kind of holds her back, mm-hmm. And Margaret stops them.
So of course, well, I am a young woman with connections. I could certainly plant this information for you if you'd like. Why not for friends who seem to be quite distressed? Especially for this handsome one here, and I like chuck under his chin.
He says,
titter like a machine.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I'm like losing
control. I think that's like we've reached the outer limit of your role, right? They
sure.
Goldie says, "Thanks, love, but this is business."
Oh, of course. By all means, I just like to be helpful to my friends.
Cool. What do you do at the end of the night when Goldie throws himself at you?
Yeah. So I want to. So he. Let's do that. Let's see that because
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'll have a
No,
response.
I think like, they're kind of, it gets to that end of the nighttime and you're like at the after party, and the sky is starting to get a little bit lighter, or as lighter as it gets in Duskwall, and Goldie turns to you and like puts his hand against a wall and smiles, and
Are we alone?
yeah, and he kind of like in this very tender moment like leans in.
So I grab. What is he wearing on his chest?
Uh, he's wearing a dress jacket with no sleeves.
Okay. So I grab his jacket like I'm gonna kiss him, and then like I pull. I like my hands stop and sort of stop him close.
Yeah.
You know, and like I'm trying to like not let myself do this or whatever, and I say, I think I need something to push me to this such an indiscretion. I think I need something to get me a little more excited. Why don't you show me your boat? I do so love seamen.
Right.
God damn
I mean, that is where you sleep after all. That's where I'll smell you the strongest.
He says, I was kind of hoping to go to your place. That's kind of
That's
my
not possible.
office.
That's not possible.
All right. Well,
Think of it. It would be scandalous.
I have a friend who rents a room out. We can go there.
I wanna try and get him to bring me onto the boat so I can
Okay.
check it out.
So
And as leverage here, I'm basically assuring him with my body language and the lightest possible words that this is going to get him what he wants.
yeah, yeah.
And in fact, I'm like, if it helps, I intend to carry through. Like, if that helps with me being,
Oh, okay. Yeah, that does help.
always helps.
Totally, that helps. Yeah,
it can be so bestial
he
sometimes.
make a sway, I guess, or
All right,
I don't want. I shouldn't say that, right? Make a roll. What do you use to make the roll?
I think for sure it's sway. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna say it still remains risky,
Okay.
and the effect is standard.
Okay. And I'll take another stress.
Okay. 2 stress.
No, are you pushing yourself? Because each push is 2 stress. To get an extra die, it's 2 stress.
Okay. Done. I recorded the old ones too.
Cool.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, it builds up real quick.
No, the roll is terrible.
Oh, I missed it. 3-3. Oh, wow. And it's risky. Oof.
Cool. He brings you back to the boat,
Great.
and you get into the hold, and he pushes you against a wall and takes out a knife and says, "Who are you a fucking spy for? Why are you so interested in our boat?"
Great.
Um,
Can I do that thing where I'm like, no, like I did this? Do you know what I mean? That thing where you interrupt something you do to me?
let's hold on a second. Let's cut to Jay for a second.
Sure.
Um,
I just need to run away for 1 second. I'll be right back.
cool.
What? What you want from me? I do nothing.
Indeed. You're getting back from the pig pit, and you see Willoughby, dressed as a total rich tart, walk by hand in hand with a sailor,
Okay.
and you hear the words like foghound in their conversation. Like, you can't hear the rest, but you hear that, and like they walk by you. You don't think Willoughby saw you, but you definitely saw her.
So one thing I'm known for is the fact that I always know when something bad is about to happen. So I'm definitely surveying the situation, getting a feel for
Cool.
what's going on and whether or not. Clearly, I'm interested, given that they said the word foghounds. But I'm also a massive man
Yeah,
dressed in jewels. So
yeah.
uh, let's just take a look here. And while I was happening, it was like, wouldn't it be awesome for Charming to show up just then? Where's the there? What is it? Is it risky? Controlled? Desperate?
This is a risky with standard effect. Basically, like you're going through Crow's Foot at night, uh, through the back alleys,
Mhm.
and you're following Willoughby.
Oh, it's a 5 and a 6 for my survey. So survey works like what I'm trying to do is figure out like what's going on, how high is the stress level,
Right.
what could I do to help or hurt, you know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
what's the danger here?
So the danger is that you notice right away that they are onto her. Um,
Is
they're
there anybody following the two of them?
Yes. Um,
Whoops.
yep. The Yeah. The big bear of a woman is following them. Um, her name is Bear. The barrel of she's built like a barrel, and their captain is also following them. But they're really slick about it.
Hmm.
And they're doing like marine double like you someone has marine training here because they're doing uh, follow patterns that you learned in your street to street uh, combat training in the Unity War.
Right. So yeah, I'm letting all all four of them go by.
Right.
Um, Now, here's what I would like to do. Just like I just want to keep an eye on where they're going and just try to stay as far away as possible. I'm not at all quiet,
Yeah.
so um, yeah, I'm just trying to follow them along and just to see what's going on.
Cool.
'Cause I don't want to fuck up any like if she's just out getting high. I haven't seen her in a bit.
Yeah. They head to a dock in like the northeast end of the dock, and you see Willoughby and Goldie, go onto this steamship, and it says the Foghound on it, and and
We're about to do the job.
yeah,
Yeah, I figured that out at some point.
and Goldie and Willoughby go below decks, and the captain, Captain Vale and Bear, you see them roll out a barrel, click the barrel open in the middle, and start taking out guns.
Okay.
And like arming up.
Where are they?
And the captain was already armed, so they're like doing extra guns.
Where are they when they do this?
They're right on the deck.
They're on the deck of the ship.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. This is how this is happening.
One other thing that you get from the survey roll, Jay, is that there are some people sleeping near the docks who like look like they're like drunk homeless dudes, but like you saw them nod to the captain when she walked by.
Okay. So, fuck. God damn it. Fuckity fucklickin' fuck. They're all ready for it. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. I'm starting a fire.
Okay. With what?
All right, hold on one second.
Yes, we have begun the job.
We have begun the job, yeah.
The job has come to you.
Yep. So I'm just.
It was a bit my fault.
Good. I've already picked up my gear, so that's fine.
I saw the stat XP stuff you were talking about, Jay. You were right.
So, okay. You know what? That's not me either. You know what? I'm taking this here. The situation is just I don't see a way wherein if I don't start killing people and quickly that it goes right for us. So I take out my rage essence vial. I down it and I say, "All right, boys, let's dance."
Nice.
And I bum rush. I do a. I'm not to be trifled with.
Yeah.
So I'm going to fight the small gang of men that are down there.
Yeah.
And what I'm
That's such a J thing to do.
what I'm pretty much doing is like, are they the way that they're spread out in my mind? They're kind of in a line.
Yeah.
So here's my goal.
So let me draw some shit.
Sure.
How close can I get to this map? Pretty close.
It's funny, Rob, because I haven't played a character like this in a really long time. The character that we play in Stars Without Numbers, I'm a geeky little kid.
It's just the kind of character you like, even if you haven't played it in a while. So,
well, sure,
cool.
I like violence.
So I've got it on roll 20, right?
It's not showing up on this screen.
It's not on the. No. If you go to roll 20, it should be there.
I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing the map.
Yeah, I'm seeing the map for.
So the map should be there, right? There's like.
Yep.
The city map.
North Hook. Yeah. Do you see this green circle around the Foghound?
Oh yeah. Yep, I do.
Cool.
Now I do. Yeah.
Okay.
I saw the little circle you made too.
Cool. So, boom. There's only 3 people.
Oh, there's only 3 people.
Yeah. Like sleeping against barrels and moorings and stuff.
But it's technically a gang, I guess.
Yeah.
It's 3 total. Or it's 3 of those people.
3 of the sleeping drunk sailors on the docks.
Plus 2 more.
Plus 2 more on the ship, arming up as we speak.
Right. That's quite a gang.
Yeah.
So.
Like, and the more you look at it, like you've got a good survey roll, right? So the more you look at it, it's like they're pretending to be drunk by being kind of drunk. Like, you know what I mean? But they're not insensible.
Sure.
But like they sleep out here to be security or something. And let's say that Charming is like over here. You're like in an alley. Kind of you just took a rage essence. You can feel your blood coursing through your brain, through your veins.
Right. I'm here's what's going on. I start singing a Marine hymn.
Yeah.
As I come stomping down the quays, I've got a fine weapon in one hand, which is like this like beautifully crafted shillelagh. In the other hand, I've got my scary looking boat hook,
awesome.
Which is like it's got the spikes on the knuckles, and it's been blinged out like a warlord in a third world nation would do to their AK.
Yep.
And I just start relentlessly compounding down the docks, singing the battle hymn of the Marines. The same song that we sang as we went to what's the name of the bay that we were talking about?
Yeah. I remember what you're talking about. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I just
I guess this is a skirmish. I guess make a roll.
So I'm fighting a gang.
Yes.
So I'm pushing myself to do with it. So I could fight these guys on equal footing.
Cool. So you are doing a desperate act on a standard effect.
Right. So I can push myself to force to engage a small gang on equal footing in close combat. Yep.
Yep.
And my goal is this. What I want to do is just as I come up, I want to hook the first person with my boat hook and throw them at the next two guys as I run onto the boat, and engage the two that are like putting their guns together.
Got it. Cool. Make that roll.
And I'd like to make a devil's bargain.
Oh, can you? I don't think you can do that and push yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't do them both at the same time? Okay,
Nope.
cool. Okay. All right. Okay. So just equal footing then. All right, great. Okay. So, and I'm not sure how the Rage Essence vial is exactly going to help me.
It basically helped your effect, along with not to be trifled with.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's do it. It's risky or desperate?
Desperate.
Standard or grit?
Standard.
Okay. 4.
Cool. So you do it, but there's a consequence. Yeah, you take harm. You're not even sure which one of the bastards did it. But one of the that third guy, the third guy who you were gonna hook, you hooked him, and he dropped his knife, but he pulled a gun, and he got a shot off as you were throwing him.
How many levels of harm?
You take a severe harm, shot in the chest.
So how many is that? 3?
3.
Okay, well my heavy armor.
Oh.
Is going to take 2 of those.
Nice. Level 1, grazed.
I take 2 stress for the push. Okay. And then I follow in through with. I'm not sure. Okay, so the skirmishes include the 2 that are unloading their guns on the deck.
I think this was about getting the jump on them. Like this.
Okay.
This skirmish roll was like getting to them. Cool.
So then they're not gunning me down as I come at them. That's okay.
Right. Willoughby.
Yeah.
Cut to you.
So there's that thing that I remember.
She's down there and she hears. Okay, I'm sorry. Go on.
Yeah.
I remember this thing in the book where someone can do. You say like this is happening to you, and then I'm like, well, what I did this right to roll it back. Is that a thing, or am I
No, not really. Or you could say like I prepared for it by doing this.
That's what I mean.
Okay.
Because the minute I was to be alone with him, where there wouldn't be any witnesses, I was gonna dream dust him. I wasn't gonna let him get me unaware like that.
But you told me that you were actually going to sleep with him.
I will. Okay. Yeah, that's true. I said I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. You're right.
Okay.
But he didn't seem like he wanted to sleep with him. It seemed like he wanted to fuck him up.
Right. So what I'm saying, yeah. So like, what that would be then would be I was ready in case he turned like it looked like he was about to turn violent to like.
Oh, totally. I mean, you're a scoundrel, Rob. You're always ready.
Right.
I'm not.
So
I don't.
You had him with his knife at my throat. And the only reason I'm bringing this up is I thought that there was this rule, and I thought it was cool, and I just wanted to do that rule thing. I'm not trying to like disagree, but my idea was that you say he throws you against the wall with a knife at your throat, and I'm like, okay, roll it back a second. He like grabs the knife out, and then I grab my dream dust. But if that's not in the rules, and I'm just misremembering that, then we'll do it.
The flashbacks don't quite. We had a thing with the first game with that too, where I feel like that's not exactly how the flashbacks work. Let's look at it. Yeah, it wasn't
quite a flashback. It was like it's something about how the rolling works. It's different from a flashback where like you start in a more aggressive position and then you're like, hey, wait a second, I'm doing this. It's fine. I'll look it up and I'll talk about it next time.
Okay.
So he has me up against a wall and I toss my stat shit of dream dust in his face and hold my breath.
Right.
Is it a skirmish or?
No. You know what? I might make this.
The question is whether or not that thing gives you bonus.
I might make this, in a funny way, the engagement roll. Because we've begun. No. Nah, let's just bypass the engagement roll. We're already in the mix. We're in the mix. um, so Rob, he takes his knife out. I didn't mean to say he had it by your throat. I just meant he took a knife out. So I didn't mean to describe it as a more terrible
Okay. Yeah, I
thing you
thought
ever encountered.
he had her up against the wall with a knife at her throat.
Got it. No, 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 no. I'm
Okay.
sorry. Basically, he pushes you against the wall and then takes out a knife.
Okay. So
And
I grab this little, like, you know how they have like these things to, like, so that you can smell when you're around stinky people.
yes,
You know, I've got my dream dust in something like that, and I said we could have really had some fun. Too bad you're good at your job, and I like throw it in his face.
nice. As you say that, you hear Charming screaming a Marine battle hymn from Bargus Beach.
and and so then, like, I just add, "Oh, I'm so sorry for your friends."
Nice. So I think this is a desperate with standard effect,
And
right?
what am I rolling?
I don't know what do you use. I basically never tell you which action to
Right, you're
use.
right. Desperate with standard success. I mean, I do really feel, I know that I'm doing this, but I feel like
Yes.
I'm trying to trick him.
Right.
That's what this is all about. And I've got my little thing in the lady's smell pouch, and I
Right.
just toss it in his face. I mean, it could arguably be finesse, but I think it's about tricking him into feeling comfortable.
He's definitely not going to feel comfortable because you failed that roll. You failed
Okay,
that roll that got us
all
here.
right, I'll roll finesse.
Okay.
That works. So it's, what is it? Risky still?
No, it's desperate. I mean, whenever you're within arm's length of a knife, we're gonna have to figure out something for it not to be desperate.
And effect is standard.
Yeah.
And can I take a devil's bargain, or can you only take one per session?
No, no, you can take a devil's bargain.
I'll take a
Um,
devil's bargain.
hold on. I don't think we need any clocks because the clocks are clocked.
Clock.
Um,
I'm clocking that clock.
clocking the clock.
Clickety clack.
Uh,
Yay!
let me.
Ah. Oh,
Yes,
sorry.
I want to do a devil's bargain. Um,
Okay.
I'm just gonna say that the if the if um, offender interaction, start to check some clock, add heat to the crew from evidence or witnesses. I'm gonna say that like pulling dream dust out is a big deal and it's gonna add heat to the whole thing. So like
Okay.
the heat from this job goes from +1 to +2.
The murdering hasn't already kicked it up.
I
I
mean
guess
murder is murder, but
attacking.
like somebody having dream dust on them is a weird thing.
Okay. Cool.
Oh,
So I
cool,
got a 6 and a 2.
cool. Yeah, he he like starts to move cattywampus and
And I'm gonna,
says,
like, help him fall. Oh, sorry. Go
yeah.
ahead.
He drops his knife and he says, like he's like I wanted to have fun too.
As he falls down, I'm gonna kiss him
Uh huh.
and, like, lay him down so that he
Cool.
doesn't, like, slam.
Awesome. As you're laying him down, you hear a gunshot go off up above.
All right.
And like what sound does Charming make when he gets shot, Jay? Like what does Willoughby hear?
I'm looking down like, all right then. And from there, I just jump straight up and slam down on the boat in
Right.
between the two of them.
Yeah. So you hear Charming land. Um, the captain pulls out a gun. She's got the other kind of across like this. Like she's not doing a two arm. She's not doing one in each hand. But
So one of the reasons why I want to do that rush is so I can turn this from a hunt roll to a skirmish roll. So
got it. Got it. Um, yeah, you're in there. Um, she Yeah, I mean, if that was your intent, then you're in. Like the captain clearly wants to talk, but you're right in there. So what do you do as you close the distance?
So I'm suffering from two effects here. When I hit the rage file, it's that can't stop until they're all broken and can't tell friend from foe.
Oh
So
wow,
conversation's not going to be much.
yeah,
I'm I am just so the way uh, Charming fights. It's basically built on kinetic force passing from his body through a field that he puts on the ground. So I jump and I've got the club in one hand and the hook in the other. And as I jump down, I've got both arms wide open, and I try to hook with one and slam in the head with the other, like and just like with as much concussive force. I'm just trying to lay wreck to the whole fucking area.
got it.
Uh,
Cool. Make that roll.
okay, so now, all right. I'm not sure, like, but all right. So the way this works, am I attacking one person? Am I attacking both of them? Is it like, is this, so the scene is this? Yeah, that I'm trying to do that.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if I need a greater effect or something, or
um, I mean, I don't think I don't want to make each roll an attack roll on one of them. You know what I mean? I just don't think that's how this game works
okay,
well. I think you're like jumping in there to gut everyone in your way,
hmm and
and and
yeah.
it's desperate with standard effect. Matter of fact, I'm going to say it's desperate with great effect.
Yeah. Do I know that he's can't tell friend from foe when he's in this blood rage thing?
Yes, sure.
All right.
I tend to sing the song when I go batshit crazy.
Cool.
It's a layover from the battle on the beach. It's something I've talked about before.
Is there any left in that sachet for the end of this fight?
Well, when they're all broken, you got nothing to worry about.
Cool.
All right, so I'm not going to go above. I guess
Okay.
I don't know. We'll see.
And I think I can make a devil's bargain now, right?
Uh, sure. Um, Jesus.
Yeah, right.
I think you're in the throes of rage and you're gonna suffer harm. You're just you just don't care.
Not taking good care of yourself. Yeah,
Yeah, you're going through people, but you're not taking care of yourself.
That's totally charming. Yeah.
Cool.
that's totally charming. It sort of is if you're not on the other end of it.
I got 4.
Cool. Desperate. You do hope there's a consequence. Yeah, I mean, I think you do it, but um, you feel this weird. Well, I mean, first of all, describe how you destroy these two human beings.
Right. So as I jump down, the first club comes down and whacks into the gun that the captain's pulling out, and I'm not even looking at the other person as my hook just slams down on their shoulder and gets shoved towards the captain. Uh, and I let go of the hook and I come around with both hands on my one weapon and just as they're both entangling each other, come down on the captain's forehead with my club.
Cool. Um, yeah, you. I think as you like go through Bear, like you feel a weird. Actually, no. I mean, with both of them, there's smoke everywhere as their guns go off, and you feel something weird in your stomach, and and when the smoke clears and everyone is dead and you're standing there, you're like, Jesus, I've got a lot of their blood on me. And then you look down, it's like, oh, that's not their blood, and like you've been gut shot, and the blood is just all over your legs and all over the deck.
What's how many levels of harm?
Uh, 3.
Okay, I'm gonna roll resistance,
Okay.
so I can roll 2 on.
That's the thing. I think resistance.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, I was inarticulate.
I'm not sure where to click that on the sheet though.
You just click right on the thing.
On resist.
You click on
On
prowess.
On prowess.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a total. So for each that I'm trying to resist, I'm getting 6 stress. So I'm trying to resist 2. So that's 12 minus 5. I've picked up a trauma and I'm out of this.
Okay.
But they're out. They're taken care of.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're done.
You get to the deck, Willoughby, and it's a fucking charnel house. And I think you get there just in time to see Charming fall straight on his face. And
So I'm only a level 2 wound, just by the way. So
okay,
level 2 harm.
but are you out? Like what is you said you're out of this?
I
What does that
took
mean?
I took a stress, so I took a trauma. So technically, in the book, it says, hold on 1 second. God damn it! I should just download this as opposed to.
Page 13, 14, is that what we're looking at?
That's a good question. Stress and trauma, wishing yourself trauma. When a PC marks their last stress bar, they suffer a level of trauma. When you take trauma, circle one of the trauma conditions, like cold, reckless. When you suffer trauma, you're taken out of action. You're left for dead or otherwise dropped out of the current conflict, only to come back later shaken and drained.
Got it. Cool. I'm happy with you like passing out on the deck. Is that cool, Jay?
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah, Willoughby, you get to the deck and Charming has done what Marines do, which is clear boat decks. And
they're dead.
Yeah, everybody's fucking dead.
All right. Well, I'm going to kick the corpses overboard and drag him safely somewhere. Actually, I shouldn't do that.
This is what's happening with Charming. Like he's on the ground with his forehead to the deck and both of his weapons out to either side, like on his knees, and just like clearly just trying to calm himself down and saying over and over again, "It's over. It's over. It's over."
Do I know if there's anyone else in the gang that would be on the ship, or is that not something I would have picked up from hanging out with them?
Yeah, no, you know that. I mean, you made your rolls. This was the whole gang.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna run down. What?
We just took out a gang. Jesus fucking Christ.
Great. I'm gonna run. I like that we're developing this reputation for people who don't necessarily look for violence, but when it comes, we murder the fuck out of everyone. We very military, actually. It kind of works.
Yeah, it totally does.
You got a lot of very high skilled operatives who work on the outside, and then something happens and fucking die.
It's you know, I for me anyway, it's just like a cold thing. It's like, oh, all right, this is what has to happen now. Okay, you know. Anyway, so I go down to Goldie, and do they have like a brig or anything like that on the ship? Or
they do. They totally do.
Okay, I'm gonna throw them in the brig, and then pilot the boat somewhere safe, where we can get Charming taken care of.
Cool. Congratulations.
And I'm actually gonna.
Shit. I'm so sorry. I read that wrong. I roll my 2 dice. Hold on. I need to take a look at that again. I'm sorry. I just want to make sure I
We're looking at 12, 13 together because I just stopped reading when you read because I assumed you were doing
no, I just want to make sure on the resistance roll. I want to make sure I did that right. Either way, I'm going to be out of it because it's either going to be level 3 harm or I'm taking a trauma.
Let's look at resistance rolls, actually.
Each tribute has different resistance to prowess. Make a resistance roll. It's okay. Resistance rolls always succeed. You diminish or deflect the bad result. The better you roll, the less stress it costs.
Right.
When the enemy has a big advantage, you'll need to make a resistance roll before you can take
I'll be right back.
Yep. You do a master swordsman, she disarms you before you can strike.
Consequences and harm, resistance and armor. Okay, so I'm on page 32 and 33.
Right, I was on page 10. You're right, 32 and 33 is a place to be.
Your character suffers 6 stress when they resist, minus the highest die result from the resistance roll. So
Okay.
you suffered 3 stress.
Okay, so I don't have a trauma, but instead of taking 3, I'm taking 2. Is that dead?
No.
Okay.
Usually a resistance roll reduces the severity of a consequence. If you're going to suffer fatal harm for resistance, a resistance roll will reduce the harm to severe instead. Or if you got a complication when you were sneaking into the manor house and the GM was going to mark blah, 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 you may only roll against a given consequence once. By adjusting...
Okay, I would have taken 3 harm there, which would have put me at 4 harm, which would have killed me.
I don't think so. I don't think
Yeah, I already
the
had
harm
one.
works, Jay. Yeah, you had 1 harm, but it doesn't stack like that.
Okay.
It stacks
Yeah,
that
right.
if you took a 3 harm and you already had a 3 harm, it becomes a 4 harm.
Okay.
If you have a 3 harm and you already had a 1 harm, it doesn't become a 4 harm. That's not the way it works.
Okay.
Got a 1 and a 3.
Yeah. So the
I had
character...
1 already
Jay,
and I took 3 harm.
Jay, listen.
Yeah.
The character has 3 harm, a shattered right leg, level 3, plus drained and battered, level 1. If they suffer another level 1 harm, it will move up to level 2. If they suffer another level 3 harm, it will move up to level 4. So you just got a level 3 harm and a level 1 harm. That's all.
Okay. So my resistance is going to drop the level 3 harm down to a level 2 harm?
Yes.
Okay, and I'm going to take, I already had 3, plus 2 for the push. So, ooh, God, I know what I'm doing for downtime. I'm relieving some motherfucking stress and
Right.
healing the fuck up. So what's my level 3 harm here?
I mean, it's gut shot.
Gut shot. Okay, got it. Yeah, yes. Okay.
Cool.
All right, so I figure like when you come out, I'm propped up against the bodies of the captain and Bear, with my arm around both of them, as we're all laying there as the blood slowly seeps out of my stomach, and like my eyes are kind of glazed over, and I'm still kind of like lightly singing a song.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Cool. Yeah, he's up. He's not out. Got it. Cool.
All right.
But I think the same thing happens, right? You pilot the boat to a safe place.
Yep. I'm gonna actually. This feels a little D&D-ish, but something about it feels right for this. And it's actually relevant. I'm gonna check their bodies because I know there's something dangerous in their boat. I suspect there's something dangerous in their boat.
Okay.
And I want to see like if there's keys or like something important.
Okay.
And then I guess I'll ask Goldie what he'd like to do with the bodies later.
Cool.
He just won't stop seeping out of my gut. It just keeps on flowing and flowing.
I'm getting you somewhere safe.
Is there any? Oh, I think I'd like a nip. Is there any sherry? I like a nice sherry, a nice dry sherry.
Well, if can you hold the steer? Can you hold the wheel? I'll go and check.
Right, give me the wheel.
So before I leave the wheelhouse, I'm going to see if he's able to pilot the boat in this current condition.
Yeah. He's able.
Okay.
I've got one hand on my stomach holding my guts in and the other on the wheel. I'm guessing it's kind of scary looking.
Yeah. So like I grab you by the jaw and I'm like, look, listen to me. If you die, don't. And then I turn around and
give us a kiss. Okay, boy then.
And I'm going to look for some medicinal booze or maybe medicine. I don't know.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, you find it's these are old sailors. You totally find whatever you want. You don't, let's say you find sherry. I just don't even care. You absolutely have sherry and whiskey and rum and all that.
Oh, I don't over imbibe, mate. I just want a bit of sherry. Just a nip for the end
Uh,
of the day after a long day's work,
and
as it
that's
were.
what I'm going to bring him because I don't want him to bleed out.
Right.
So I give him like the kind of like the noble sherry, like the little glass that you drink after dinner.
Cool.
You know, Willoughby, this is what I like about you. You've got a refined sense of taste. It's a perfect port glass. You've put sherry in it, it's fine. I'm not one to complain. Oh, I think that's my larger intestine. Isn't it pretty? Uh, but well done, and perfectly done. It's a fino, not like an Orlosco, dry and light. I think I'll sit down. Is there a chair?
Yeah, go
I'll
ahead.
sit right there. Yes.
Cool. Uh, you all. I mean, are you going to take it to the drop-off point? Like, head right there, or what are you doing?
Well, I think he's not going to die. He's okay.
Yeah, he's not going to die.
All right. All right. I guess if he's going to be okay, uh, I'm gonna set the boat. I'm gonna set the boat somewhere safe, not go straight to the drop off point because we weren't expecting to jump on this yet.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna see what we got because if there's some kind of fucking demon, I don't want to be like the people who smuggled in the end of the world.
Yeah. No. There's nothing on this fucking boat.
Really?
Yeah. They were without. They were without stuff.
Huh.
You do find. Uh, you do find a really nice array of imperial transport and cargo documents. Um, some might be forged, some are legit.
Great. Well, I'll pack those away.
Yeah.
Is there like a gear section that I should write this shit in?
Um,
Or I'll
no,
just
I
put it in
mean
my notes.
it's being recorded, so I mean we'll remember. I'll remember.
Okay.
Somebody will remember.
On the what I like to do is put on the crew sheet the items that we find or the people we talk to.
All right.
Because there's a little note section on the Wobeggong crew.
Wobeggong, not Wobeggong.
Well, where the women are strong, the men are good looking.
So I'm gonna pull in somewhere away.
So they're naval charts. I'm sorry, they're naval charts.
Government documents and like basically it looks like shit, either like bills of shipping or like documents that allow you to get in places, which is very useful. And all they asked for was the boat. So, so I'm gonna take.